Happy birthday, Maiku. It's your birthday. I know because you said so in a message, and I figured I'd start by saying happy birthday to you on October the 18th, which is today when this video is first available. And you tend to watch these videos like by the speed of your response, I think, pretty early on. So, hi, how's it going? Are you have anything good planned? It's mid-October. Sometimes I like, man, the summer just went straight by, but we're like kind of like starting to head into mid autumn already. Anyways, hey there everyone, this is Cow, doing the Patreon thing. I'm gonna say that right now before I forget. Next week is not gonna have a Patreon video because next Sunday I'm gonna be going to basically a friend is coming over from California and I'm gonna be meeting him. He's visiting the province and I'll be hanging out. And I'll be basically greeting him to the country. So yeah, that's gonna be my day, Sunday basically. So yeah, Sunday there won't be any special video, and I can't guarantee that there's also not gonna be one this Sunday after. So we might be looking at a 2-week break of these. Maybe just one week for sure. Possibly 2 week. It'll depend on a few things. So just putting that out there so there's no surprises. It's at the start, so you don't got any excuses. Anyways, that's the future. We must live in the present. How's it going? Meatball Rider, you're starting the show today. Dear Raocow, please do not steal the wizard's gimmick. This is directed at someone. You see, Meatball Rider makes wizard questions, but last week there were other... Why am I explaining this? 1. If you were to form a hot new comedy duo, who would you pick to back you up? Beat Takashi. 2. If you were forced with violence by a very nerdy combatant to replay one video game... Wait. If you were forced with violence by a very nerdy combatant to replay one video game featured in the Let's Plays, which one would you pick? Any game? I mean, I played a lot of games that were really fun. Like, this is kind of like going out of your way to ask, hey, Raocow, what's the favorite game you Let's Play? Well, not necessarily, because also there's a distance thing. Because, like, if I was smart, I'd pick a game that it's been a while since I played. Like, maybe... Also, though, I might want to take something that takes very little time. Think about that. What if I picked that Flash game where you controlled an eye and you had to kind of adjust the serifs of the eye to do some platforming? I never actually beat that, so actually I'd be, beating a game. Maybe see the ending of Clarence's Big Day, too. I'd use that as an opportunity. Oh man, turning around that very nerdy combatant's plan like it was some kind of gruel. 3. Are you excited for the future where man transcends flesh to become enveloped in steel? Assuming it is stainless steel, yes. Although I am fully aware I will not be alive for when that transhumanism point is reached. And maybe not my grandchildren, but maybe their grandchildren. We're getting there. Might not be steel, might be silicone or like plastic. Like, we don't know. It's gonna be plutonium. It's gonna be real horrible. Except because we're gonna be robots, we're not gonna be affected by the radioactivity. So it's like whatever, man. Squirrels melt when I walk by, and that is what makes me fly, yo. It's a very cynical post-apocalyptic argument. It's not an argument. 4. What do you imagine your evil twin to be like? Exactly like me, except its skin is pale blue, and instead of having normal eyes, it's just red light emanating from, not just from the eyes, but like every hole. So out of the mouth, out of the nose, and out of the ears. And, if it gets real hot out there and I start to sweat, maybe out of the pores in my body. We are covered with tiny holes. Think about it real hard while you are eating something delicious that you love. Please. 5. A powerful wizard offers you one additional feature of your choice to be added to your tongue. What do you choose? My tongue. Okay, see, secretly, this is a pretty difficult question because normally my tongue rests inside my mouth. So, it has to be a function. You know what? I'm not gonna overthink this. I'm not gonna overthink this. I wish my tongue to serve as a receiver so that I can capture Wi-Fi signals so that I have access to the internet in some way. Okay, you know what? So I get access to the internet through my tongue. And also, because this is part of the overall new features, or I'm going to use another wish or something where my taste buds can reorganize themselves so that in my brain it's being reinterpreted into navigating the internet. Huh? How do you feel? Yeah, technically that's two features, but if not, I'll try to see if I can parlay a second feature from the powerful. Oh, you never know. Powerful wizards always have wizardy needs. Meatball Rider, name your top 5 wizardy needs, please. 6. When is the new video out? It's out right now. But if you mean after this video, in 1 or 2 weeks. It depends on factors that we cannot see. Look at that. It's been like 6 minutes, and I've drawn one raggedy line. That's not even a real line. It's pretty good. Ziptoes, if you were to do a screenshot Let's Play, what game would you play? Anyone who's watching or listening to this and remember my Samurai Showdown 2 Let's Play attempt, raise your hand. I still think that doing a Let's Play of a fighting game as a screenshot Let's Play is hilarious. And honestly, I would probably try the experiment again and try to redo Cham Cham's quest for getting food. The problem, though, the reason I stopped is that while juggling college at the time, I couldn't uphold the kind of one update a day that I like to do. Screenshot LPs require a lot more work than you'd think, and I just couldn't manage it, and before you know it, I returned back to video. I feel bad about that, but yeah, I remember back in the days, I was like, people were saying, and I remember one person saying that my attempt at a screenshot Let's Play was like one of the funniest thread in the forum at the time. That made me happy, but it did not give me the time manipulation ability I needed to operate at a pace that I was happy with, and that's just how it went. That's just how it went. That's just how it goes. Telemon says, after you help tease the tangles from his beard, a powerful wizard grants you a boon. He'll make you an MLG Pro level good at a single video game of your choice. What game do you choose? Honestly, with this, I would be willing to be greedy and go with Dota, because I think that's the game you can win the most money from. I think, because of if you win the Invitational all the time. I think that would probably... Now, the problem, now that I think about it, is that makes me MLG Pro level Ultimate Good, except that's a team game, and I could technically get let down by my partner, so I should probably, if you're thinking about this rationally, you need to take a single-player game. Is there a lot of money in StarCraft? Are people... Is that still a big money game? Let's look on the internet. Let's look on the internet real quick. Let's see here. StarCraft money game. No, pro winnings 15. Is this gonna give me something? Yeah, StarCraft. Let's see here. Well, I mean, this guy was still winning a lot of money, so. Just browsing. See, this is how I do research. I don't even click on links on Google. I just look at the summary underneath. I'm like, okay, you know what? Like you're saying, I'm seeing one contest, and that's like more than a year, like per contest, it's like more than a year's worth of earning if you're like basically even above poverty, like above minimum wage. So yeah, no, yeah, and you don't need to pay anything else because I'd be good due to magic and not due to training with the team and whatnot. Wouldn't have to pay any sponsors or anything. Yeah, yeah, no, yeah. I wouldn't be having fun. Let's be honest. I'd be playing to earn a wage here. Uh, Looking at things with a distressing amount of realism. This is the Rao Cowboy. Pizza Pony. What? Whoa, never heard of this guy. So first things first. Result of the casino trip. For my personal money, I lost $21, which is okay. Honestly, if you just lost $21 while going to the casino for an evening, you did pretty good. And for Raukau's $5, well, funny story. The casino is laid out kind of weird, and they are 1 cent, 5 cent, 25 cent, and $1 per line in a few different places. And when I went out to play the $5 for Raukau, I accidentally chose a 5-cent machine, so it was $1.75 a spin. I hadn't even noticed until I was done, since I was focusing on keeping count to 17 spins. But anyway, the end result is $17.80. Look at my profit margins, yo. I like more than tripled my cash amount there. I told y'all I had this distressing amount of luck sometimes, so I guess the easy way to get the money to use add the amount of Patreon. I'll get it on November 1st. We'll do the same when the lottery tickets get to me. Should I also add what AOD wins to that? Or do you know if there's a PayPal email I should use? Just send it to me, and I'll take care of that. Well, into music. All right, I gotta look at that. I was all about to draw something. Now I gotta go on the internet to put in a music link. That's a YouTube link. YouTube is now the prime processor of music. It's not, but that's okay.
Storm, earth, and fire, heed my call.
Is this TC? ETC? I don't know. It kind of sounds like them a little bit. It kind of sounds, but I don't remember that song. Anyways. Yeah, it sounds like the one song that they keep playing, except the lyrics are slightly different. Questions, no wizard this time. What is your preferred method of removing someone's heart? Suction. 2, for both Halloween and Christmas. What is your favorite movie TV special that is focused on that holiday? Nightmare Before Christmas can count as either, but you can't use it for both. I'm not much. Oh my gosh, shut up, Lizard. As I've said last time, I'm not big on celebrating, stuff. So I don't know, man. Like, let me think about it a little bit, I guess. But it's Home Alone, maybe for the. I'll put Home Alone down for the Christmas one, and for the Halloween one, I'll use Nightmare Before Christmas as the Halloween one, even though that's a little screwy, but you basically told me that I could, so there you go. 3, a slime has appeared. How do you defeat it? I laugh at its lack of limbs, and then it goes away and cry. Then I feel bad that I made a slime cry, so I find some squirrels that I've melted out with my plutonium skin to feed it, and then we become friends. 4, how good are you at drills? Oh wow, how good are you at using tools? From hammers and wrenches to power tool like drills and chainsaws. I'm not really good at tools. But the problem is I'm constantly afraid of getting hurt. Like, I'm too afraid of getting hurt to be able to concentrate on using tools. Back in college, in studio workshop, we did use pretty heavy equipment. Like, we used skill saws, we used hammers, like I did arc welding is super fun. But I've never liked it, and as such, I'm not super good at it, I'll cleanly admit here. Then we get question mark. Oddly enough, this space is filler in case my music request is still playing, as the next question involves looking at a YouTube video. Oh, hello, the wizard. No, it's not a wizard. It's the squid wizard. What are you going on here? Then ask us this canon with the YouTube thing. Yeah, you kind of overestimated the amount of time that I would take to answer your questions there. Sorry about that. I'm trying to do less he and hawing, so... Oh no, the music was interrupted. Gotta watch this and... Oh, this! RaoQuest? Yeah, it's totally canon. It is the most canon. Like, if I had to number, like, the amounts of man, remember back when stuff got that many views? Yeah, no, I've got... This is all the canons, except, you know, Demo, that is her morning constitutional. She walks around, and there's screenshots of video games I played a few years ago. Remember that Luigi game made an RPG Maker? That was a thing. So yeah, you know what, I'm gonna keep that as music. This is good as any. Micofire is all, Micofire is all, Micofire is all, Micofire, and is all questions. 1. When was the last time that a work of fiction really moved you? Tears optional. Beside that one Megalix 2 level. I don't know. I don't remember. Like, moved me? I haven't absorbed something from that in quite a bit. Like, I mean, this is gonna out me as some kind of disgusting internet on a nerd, but I mean, everyone knew that already. Maybe the Magica movies, even that's been like a few years, but I don't remember anything since. Like, I mostly focus on things that make me happy, so normally it has to be something that takes me by surprise. So, I guess I'll count. 2, what is your opinion on... Alright, there's a list of things. So, what is RaoCow's opinion on One Piece manga and or anime? I read the manga out of momentum more than anything at this point. I think it's alright, which sometimes goes... It used to be super good, but there is a huge case of the cast just getting overwhelmed. There's just too many characters at this point, and like the chances that the story decides to focus on the characters that you like just become slimmer and slimmer, and each arcs are getting progressively longer and longer, with the pacing just completely shot to hell. That it's still alright, but it's not the best it used to be. Also, the anime is super ugly and very poorly animated. EVGN, same. He used to be alright, but then he hit this super weird bad slum. Since then, he's been, like, attempting at getting better at things, I believe, but it's just that I appreciate his efforts, I would say. Channel awesome. I've stopped going on that site like 5 years ago and I have no regret. Again, it's just like the nostalgia critics start with something alright, but then it just got diluted into focusing more on developing sketches and whatnot than actually doing what, you know, the title of his job is. And it just kind of got lost into itself. Zero punctuation, I never actually followed and know very little of it, so I won't really have much of an opinion. Finland, I've never been there. I know a little, like, Finland sounds like a really interesting place. But I know very little about it, other than the bad food. Or, you know, like, basically I know it's not real food that people eat for real, but, like, is mostly used as way to mock foreigner or something. I don't even know that, so that might have been just a big old lie and super insulted you, so I don't know. Public transportation, super useful, and I wish that Sherbrooke had a better public transportation service, but as a small city, there's only so much they can afford to do. 3. Powerful wizard passes by, gives you a high five, and asks you if you read the Eye of Argon yet. No, I didn't. He then provides you with 3 paragraphs of an evil cultist... Wait, what? He then provides you with 3 paragraphs of an evil cultist being kicked between testicles. So is that like a passage of the Eye of Argon? Alright, well, let's read that, I guess. Let's see here. The girl gasped, gasped a tortured groan from her clamped lungs, her sea-blue eyes bulging forth from damp sockets. Cocking her right foot backwards, she leashed it desperately outward with the strength of a demon possessed, lodging her sandaled foot squarely between the shaman's testicles. The startled priest released his crushing grip, crimping his body over at the waist, overlooking his recessed belly, semicolon for some reason, wide open in a deep chasm, his face flushed to a res-rose shade of crimson, eyelids fluttering wide with eyeballs protruding blindly outward from their sockets to their outmost perimeters, while his lips quivered wildly about, allowing an agonized wallow to gust forth as his breath billowed from burning lungs. His hands reached out, clutching his urinary gland. Yeah, that's a thing. His hands reached out, clutching his urinary gland as his knees wobbled rapidly about for a few seconds, then buckled, causing the ruptured shaman to collapse in an egg-huddled mass to the granite pavement, rolling helplessly about in his agony. The pathetic screeches of the shaman groveling in dejected misery upon the hand-hewn granite laid... What the Okay. Pathetic screeches of the shaman groveled in dejected misery upon the hand-hewn granite-laid pavement, worn smooth by countless hours of arduous sweat and toil. A welter of ichor oozing from his clenched hands attracted the perturbed attention of his comrades from their foetid ululation. What the hell? I almost swore twice there, like, the weather was going to be followed by the F word both times. The actions of this rebellious wench bespoke the credence of an unheard of sacrilege. Never before in the lost maze of untold eons had the chosen one dared demonstrate such blasphemy in the face of the cult's idolic deity. That is so bad. That is terrible. Everything about the Eye of Argon sounds like the greatest terrible thing. I just can't justify the time investment to read that. No? Kind of too bad. Will you live on an airship? No, I'd be too afraid to fall down. And there's always music. Yeah, a lot of the times, like, y'all ask questions that if you really think about it for a second, the question is real quick. It doesn't take a lot of time. Boards of Canada, New Seeds. See, New Seeds. From the album Tomorrow's Harvest. Board of Canada. Boards. Well, okay, Boards of Canada. There's Canada. This sounds like something I've heard. But I don't know if my mind's playing tricks on me. Well, anyways, I almost overscrolled here. Ramo's nephew is next. Biological tide rack aside, do you ever miss the sea? I grew up on the coast too, but spent the past 6 years rather farther inland, and I constantly found myself longing for the briny blue, above all in its gray variant. I've recently relocated to the coast again. It's like coming home. I mean, rivers are nice and all, but you just can't beat that untamed vastness. On a related note, what's the strangest thing you've ever found washed up on the shore? And, like, honestly, I do kind of miss it. Like, the issue, I guess, is that moving requires a certain amount of, a certain amount of money. It's not cheap to move, and also, like, I've got a pretty darn good price for where I'm living right now, and, like, I need to find something that's decently priced for my needs, plus... I don't know, like something nearish the shore might be kind of expensive, from what I remember. And you know, I kind of need, at the very least, very good internet. All that in Canada, be talking about moving back to the Maritimes. So yeah, cost of life in the Maritimes is a lot less expensive. Could I find something I'd find comfortable? Like, it would require a bit of research, and it might be worth it. Honestly, if I ever think of moving, might be something I'll consider. I just don't feel like I'm ready for that now, but now that you've said this, the idea has been firmly planted in my brain, so it's something I'm gonna be thinking about. I haven't found really that much strange things. A bit too many animal corpse for my sake. Like lots of urchins, dead crabs and fish, and you know, sometimes like pieces of metal, like pieces of cars and stuff. But then I'm wondering what qualifies as strange. Like I once found like basically like an axle of a car with like the wheels. I think that's kind of weird, but is that weird? I think it might be weird. I think it's weird. I'll go with that. Like Wataharu is all. Your next Patreon video is going to fall on my birthday, the 18th. If it's okay with you, could you wish me a happy birthday in the video? It's already done, Mike. Welcome to the future. No, but for serious, happy birthday, man. You keep on living life the way you're doing. You are very good people, and you deserve as much happiness as you can carry in your arms. Anyways, he continues with, so my phone will not allow me to edit my comments, so I'm just going to reply to my original comments that I may politely ask you to play this tune. As soon as this one's done. I don't know how long it was, but as soon as it's done, no problem, man. Connor Mastrangelo, you're a new one here. Okay, well, hi there, Connor Mastrangelo. You're going to have to eat dirt. Given that, what condiments do you put on the dirt? Do you put the dirt in a sandwich? Has to be an entire pound of dirt. Entire pound of dirt. Well, how big is a pound of dirt? I gotta return on the internet. Sorry, the slowly crawling alive drawing. I gotta go on the internet. Okay, pound of dirt. Pound of dirt. How big is a pound of dirt? Is that a pound of dirt? It's hard to tell. Let's assume that, again, my fastidious Google research methods are clear. Let's say that's a pound of dirt. See this, the second image here. This one, we've got like a teaspoon like jabbed in it, so it's a lot of spoonies. Man, I don't know. That's a lot of dirt. How much mayonnaise or ketchup? You know what? No. I should use mustard, because mustard has a very strong flavor, and it would probably overpower I'm assuming dirt doesn't taste like a whole lot. I think it's more like, I'm assuming first of all it's clean, and because I'm not gonna eat dirty dirt. Like, how would that happen? But like, if it was clean dirt, yeah, no, like it's more of a texture thing. So put it in a sufficient amount of like mustard, and I think it'd be alright. Might be pushing it, but kind of terrible. But then again, that amount of mustard would probably make me sick and or throw up. Maybe relish. Mustard and relish together. And then regret it, and then not be able to eat a hot dog for the rest of my life. Man, I don't know what caused me that I have to eat dirt, but better be worth it for forever ruining hot dogs for me. Because I tell you, at some point, it's just not worth it. Why? This One Piece battle thing that's there for some reason seems out of place with the other thumbnail. Oh, so this is what Whoa, Wataharu wanted me. Japanese names, they all just kind of slide into sounds. Spectral Mornings, Steve Hackett. Uploaded by the Rotters Club. Has one down hand finger, thumbs it down. Yeah, B Kamikaze. Hi, how's it going? I never understood the concept of shoe phones, you know? Like in shows like Get Smart, where peeps would have phones built into the sole of their shoe. I mean, what if you stepped in something and put it up to your face? Or if you accidentally dialed someone while walking, you'd just hear crunch, crunch, crunch. Like, in other words, yeah, if you were pocket... Like, it'd be super easy to pocket dial from your shoe. That is accurate. And honestly, I've never really thought about it, because who the hell thinks about Get Smart? But, I agree. It's a pretty stupid idea. I think that Dick Tracy had a better idea in putting your stupid future phone, like, just on your watch. Of course, they've tried since then to have actual phones on your watch, and it turns out you look like an idiot while you use it. But yeah, no, yes, I'm thinking about putting a phone in your shoe. This just seems like a bad idea. Then it rains and then it gets drenched, and you know what happens? You get electrocuted. Do you want to get electrocuted? No. Rita Turnip's all high out cow and it's music time. It's gonna be music time later. Even though this one is nice and short, apparently. From last week, I can say outright that falafel does not taste anything like meat or meatball. I find them totally gross, which is weird because they look really delicious. Sad emoticon. And as a follow-up to the cosplay subject, I also love it when people do stuff like Dora did during BlazBlue at EVO. Even though it's playing bang, the Strider cosplay was amazing and added so much life to his already lively presence. What do you think of the Pokemon Mawile? The hell's a Mawile? Well, that's so the internet! Man, good thing the internet exists. Otherwise, this whole section here, this whole idea would. Oh, that thing! The body looks amazing. I just don't like. I get the idea. It's like I think it's a reference to that one yokai. She's like a lady, except like there's like an extra mouth, like in her hair, like on the back of her head, and she eats all the husband's food or something. Like, I get that it's based on that story, but that little critter would be super cute if it didn't have a giant mouth. Like, just kind of looking completely out of place on the back of the head. Like, I get it, but, you know, I get it, but body just so cute. Like, otherwise it's a cute little sprite thing. Also, is there any Pokemon you would want as a partner or pet or anything if you lived in that world? The Onyx seems awfully handy because you can do a lot. Like you'd have a giant beast of burden, but that would have the intelligence to be able to understand rather complex commands, which you just do not have with, you know, normal breed beasts of burden unless you got a lot of patience and you're lucky with the animal you're getting. So I'm gonna go with an Onyx. Also, you know, ride a monster made out of rock. It's pretty cool. Also, have you ever been really excited for something or found something you were really drawn in by, but then you had to sleep or it was late at night or you had to go to work or something? When you came back to it a day later, you suddenly lost all enthusiasm for it and instantly hated yourself for leaving it. A lot of people tell me they know what this is like, and a lot have told me it makes no sense to them. So I'm curious. I am part of the former thing. Fun fact, there was on Mario Maker, there's a level I've done that I haven't advertised on YouTube because what I wanted to do was actually film like a scene from the woods near where I live, and just kind of like, know, like I tend to do these weird little videos, and I kind of like want to step them up like one extra level and actually add some real film to it. And then, you know, but that's the thing, like, I wouldn't have been able to do it then, it would have to be done the day after. Surprise, day after comes, and I'm like, this is dumb, it's not worth the effort. And it never happened, so I know exactly, like, I know so exactly what you're talking about. It's like, let's say you are not alone, and, I think it is one. Like, well, yeah, I can get that some people who are geared differently wouldn't get it, but please do not judge them. They just don't know who they are or what they say or something. They do not know the taste of liver. Neither do I. I don't think I've ever eaten liver, but that wasn't part of your question in any way, shape, or form. Micafire. Are you going to pull a Zoda's Revenge and play Escape Goat 2 after the first one? I am super tempted. I haven't had a reason not to yet. I just don't know, like, because like Zoda's Revenge 1 and 2, like it's a very old game, so it's like whatever. I just don't know if it's fair for the makers of Escape Goat to just go ahead and do the sequel now. But honestly, I'm super tempted because that game is super good, and I am bummed that I'm, you know, I'm ending the game. Like, feels like real soon. I wish the game, like, it's a case where I wish the game was longer. Except, like, I wonder if the game would be as good if it were longer. Like, it's always that weird balance, right? But I want to be greedy here. I like so being plan first draft was plan A is that I might just jump right to it. However, actually after Scapegoat, I'm probably gonna take a break from B-sides for a little bit. So when I come back from B-sides, again, same 1 or 2 week sort of situation here. I might like return to them with Escape 2 before doing game number 2 in a good old Patreon vote, which is easy. Something to think about for sure. And finally, I can get to Rena Turnip's piece of music, which is music time, and it's nice and short. Sorry, like a lot of time I put down music and I don't say much about what's going on in the music, but a lot of music speaks for itself, and I just do not have. You left the door open, cat. Look at them turnips just going all over the place. Hey, and it's by Rena Turnip. Are you using your own music here? Are you? Yeah, it is. Alright, well, you know what? I'm glad to play your music. Yeah, I find that music, for the most part, tends to speak for itself, and I have a lot of visual vocabulary, and I don't have a lot of oral music vocabulary. So, I love music, but I find it hard for me to speak about it. This is one of my many weaknesses that you can exploit to kill me before March of 1965. You know, after we scroll back through time. Because now, like, after a point, we just kind of like, there's an overflow and you go back to the start. Anyways, lovely penguin, I will allow you to follow this link, briefly look at all the living penguin varieties, and choose which penguin... Whoa, that was weird. Sorry about that, just kind of distracted here. Yeah, so I will allow you to follow this link, briefly look at the living penguin varieties, and choose which penguin is your favorite based on looks. If you like, you can either pause the video or look at it afterwards and report next week. Thanks! So strictly on visuals, right? Like, I don't need to look at their personality. I don't need to wonder about, you know, if they're just a penguin I would like to hang out with. Just penguins that seems like visuals. Alright, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go by these. I'm just gonna open a tab for each, and I'm gonna look at them real quick, and I'm gonna make snap judgment, because you did say quick African penguin, really. I'm gonna make really snap judgment, just like nope, yep, nope, nope, and then the whatever gives me the best impression. So let's see, Catherine Penguin doesn't have a photo, so I'm assuming it's invisible. All right, I'm gonna have to change this around. So this is the King Penguin, which I basically would call like Mr. Average Penguin. There's the Emperor Penguins. Oh, there's a baby one, though. And they're looking upward. There's the Adelie Penguin, which is really cute. Kind of a smushy head, though. I'm sure it doesn't do that on purpose. Chin Strap Penguin. There you go. See, it has a chin strap. But it's not really a chin strap. It's fur. The Gentoo Penguin. Kind of, you know, kind of chilling. Kind of having a good time. There's a little penguin. It's tiny! It's also really cute. I kind of like the texture on it. There's the white flippered penguin. A lot of these look more like birds than penguins, if that sentence makes any sense. There's a Magellanic penguin. This picture is so small. We have the Humboldt penguin. Look at that bird. It's all like, yo, I'm on rocks. There's the Galapagos penguin. That one is always on the water. Was there like a picture of proper one? Oh, there it is. There's one. It's like, yeah! See, that guy knows what's going on. There's the African penguin. Well, there's two of them technically. I like the pattern on the. I'm gonna remove some of these here. I like the pattern on the fur there. There's a yellow-eyed penguin. Eyes are verified to be yellow, indeed. There's the white haw penguin. I don't know what it looks like, but its temporal range is Holocene, so remember that. Oh man, this guy! Look at this guy, Fjordland penguin. Look at this guy. Oh, that guy looks great. Like this one leaves an impression. I'm gonna save this tab. There's a Snares penguin, pretty similar, except he's doing an owl thing there. It's pretty weird. There's the erect crested penguin. That's a picture. That's not a photo. That's all there is on the Wikipedia. There's the southern rock hopper penguin. And I think they use rock here as in rockin' out. There's the eastern rock hopper penguin. I'm digging these. There's the northern rock hopper penguin. He looks like someone's uncle, really. There's royal penguin. Got some frosted tips. Also, smooth sailing there. And finally, the macaroni penguin. But the Fjordland penguin is gonna be my penguino numero uno. There he is. Look at that guy, just chilling. Just chilling, like what else he need? He lives in there. That's where he lives. And, in New Zealand. Alright, so, yeah. Thank you for sharing about the very many subspecies of penguins, the lovely penguin. You have made us all slightly smarter today. Just slightly. Not exaggerating, just enough. Horikawa Otani is all, who is the sexiest fish? She asked as if it wasn't obvious enough that I'd be answering D-fish. Like, Horikawa, don't waste your question like that. Gregory. I think I'm Gregory Kikola. I misspelled her name as Gregory, so I hope you don't hate me forever. Oh man, Donkey Kong 94, not 93, like I keep calling it. It's so great. Everyone should play that game. You have excellent taste, Mr. Cow. What a fantastic answer, man. It's not often that I get so complimented on my answers. It's clear that you understand true greatness. You know what? Go ahead and have your horizontal motion. Yeah, well, yeah, look at that. Because I am in the right, I get rewarded. Put that down in your Canada books, kids. Question: didn't you spend a lot of time in arcades as a young calf? What are some of your favorite arcade games? I know you mentioned a few when you were talking about beat 'em ups like Sunset Riders. What else do you like? My jam for a while was Strider. I love that game. Another one. It's a game I've never been able to pinpoint what it was. It was one of the games you went in a cockpit to play it. It was an early Polygon game that went super fast, but you weren't in a car, but I think it was a ship, but in tubes, if that makes sense, and you had to avoid like the tubes, like other things in the tubes, like ships and stuff, but I don't know what the name is, and I don't know how to search for this, so otherwise I was way into early shmups. Raiden series is amazing. Y'all should play that. It's super good. I played some amount of Ghosts and Goblins in the arcade, which may explain some of my tolerance and fortitude with platformers occasionally. And, let's see here. I played some fighting games. I spent way too much time on Time Killer, and I feel real bad about it, because that's not a game that should take anyone's time, but here we are. I must atone for my past. Otherwise, I tried to play Primal Rage, but I could never get around the controls. But otherwise, I did play Street Fighter, and several of the versions therein. Hydro Thunder, which is it's a lot later, Like, I wasn't a young cap at that time, but I still returned to my not my homestead, but I still returned to the arcade sometimes. Arcade Hydro Thunder was one of the last games that I really spent some time on in the arcade, because that game is super fun. It is super fun. Damn the torpedoes. Weimar saying is all, after today's reveal, I just had to make this. And I gotta return on the internet. Never gonna finish my thing on time. It's gonna be your fault, Weimar saying. Alright. Fjordland Penguin, time's up. I must go. The moon needs me. Oh, I get it. It's a reference to Frozen Snow's level in Mangle X2. That's PPR though. Like PPR representing yo Zal rocking out on the fjord jippy. I just invented that expression. Please spread it long and far and wide. Nick of Fire's back asking three words. Sub or dub? It depends. It depends. Some shows are excellently dubbed and are totally worth it. Others are not. Like it's purely a case by case basis. Typically, I consume a lot of subbed shows because new shows they don't before they actually get a dubbing deal or whatever. I'm gonna be watching sub because that's what's available to me. And if a show and that's like these days, like there's two animes I'm following right now. The new how do you pronounce that? Orimarinari. The new season of the Monogatari series, that's being released, like its new show, and One Punch Man, which is the greatest piece of fiction I have ever consumed. Those I have to consume sub because the dub don't even exist yet. But some shows, I would argue, are literally better dubbed. Thinking here about, for example, Panty and Stocking. Like the show is about vulgarity, and vulgarity doesn't exist really in Japanese. So I just find that like the sub is just super awkward, but the dub nails it. If anything, I'm pretty sure that show was written to be in English in the first place. If you think about a lot of what the production team, like they visited the United States to figure out how swearing works and whatnot. So there you go. So yeah, it's a question composed of 3 words. When every one of these words are 3 letters or less, that kind of led still to a somewhat complicated answer out of necessity. But there you go. The answer is there is no answer. Keika is all, glad I could help Hot Dog Person on their quest to convince God Emperor Raocow that hot dogs are in fact not sandwiches, which the totes are though, but I'm glad I could help. But let's not forget the real question that plagues humanity. Is cereal a soup? Return on the internet. How do you define soup? Soup. Alright, let's see here. Soup is, according to Wikipedia, soup is primarily liquid food, generally served warm, but may be cool or cold, that is made by combining ingredients such as meat and vegetable with stock, juice, water, or another liquid. Hot soups are additionally characterized by boiling solid ingredients in liquid in a pot until the flavors are extracted, forming a broth. Alright. I mean, there it does clearly say maybe cool or cold. And it just says liquid, and you include stuff into the liquid. By definition, breakfast cereal seem to fit. I'm going to check breakfast cereal if there's an... Really? There isn't an article on that? Oh, because I wrote break cereal. Doi. And you're just not breaking your cereal, you're breaking it fast. There you go. Alright, so breakfast cereal or just cereals of food made from processed grain that's often eaten as a first meal of the day. It is eaten hot or cold, usually mixed with milk, and fruit. Some companies produce from fail benefits waiting on America serves for fine money man. Doesn't say anything. Why doesn't it say anything? Why are you not just saying, yo, it's a soup? It would make this way easier for me. Man. On first guess, I would say that they consider as a soup, but I would be willing to listen arguments on both ends before really putting my foot down on an answer. Fariel, commenting on stuff. I don't know if you were using a general or personal you in my response to my questions. I just want to be clear that I, of all people, am actually super chill while talking about sex or such, but I was actually more concerned about you because I got the impression that you weren't all that comfortable with the subject, something that people keep bringing up. Though looking back, that might just be my awkwardness of being the only sane man in a world where everyone's lusting for lines on paper. That's a long sentence. That's kind of a drawn-out sentence, and also I was using the impersonal. I was when I speak, like just as an aside, like a lot of people will tend to use like first-person or third-person examples and whatnot. When I speak to someone, I always speak in second person, or like in general here, either second person or second person, like singular, plural. In English, there's no distinction, but I'll always almost speak. I know when you do this, then da da da. When you do this, da da da. Like so, it's just you. It's a general you. Don't take it personally, yo. Also, I don't want to bug you about this or anything, but I think it's worth noting that Super Mario Galaxy music works beautifully in its home territory. I've been playing it recently to relax, and the music can really make you want to stop playing. Oh, sorry about that. I've been playing it recently to relax, and music can really make you want to stop playing and just soak in the atmosphere sometimes. But yeah, it's definitely less impressive when it's not accompanying already beautiful 3D visuals. Now, early Halloween choose your own music request. Which will you choose? Ghost, spiders, or skeletons? The fate of the world may or may not depend on your decision. Oh man, I like spiders, so let's go with spiders. Go here. It's gonna be a song about spiders. I'm a little Undertale OST. Oh man, I've never played Undertale, so here we are. I'm getting some Undertale music spoilers. Y'all can thank Fariel on that one. I don't think I'm finishing this piece of art today because I only got 2 questions left. Whoops! Wilhart, what Halloween decorations do you have? I don't think I have any. I haven't done the whole Halloween thing in so long. Well, I haven't done it at all since I moved out of my parents, which was, a few years. So yeah, I don't have any. I feel bad. But I don't have any. Please send me your discarded Halloween decorations at no please don't. Postal box doesn't exist. No, I'm just, celebrating holidays is just, it's not that I don't want to do it, it's just not something I feel compelled. I do not obey the man. You can do what you want sometimes under, certain, certain limits of what you want. Like, don't go out hurting people. It's basically it all boils down to don't be a jerk. Fusion of sorry about kind of escalating your question there, Willard. I'm sorry. I don't. What Halloween decorations? The answer is no. Maybe that will change one. We're not. Eventually, I might end up with some kind of child of some kind, and the day that happens. Well, maybe not. The day that happens, I'm gonna be real tired. But eventually, after that day happens, I'm probably gonna have, the festivities will probably rush back inside my body, and by definition, then into my brain. So when that happens, I might have to revisit this question. But until then, there's a lot of steps to go through before I can get a kid, so that's not gonna be tomorrow. Fusion Warriors, the last one. I'm about to say a short one today. It's been 55 minutes. 54 minutes, technically, and a half, but, you know. Fusion Warrior. Oh man, I hope I got this under the wire. I plan on throwing some money at Rue to make a proper thing with the clip because it's worth it. By slap bang together a thing with Camtasia and hope nobody will hate me for it. I made it with love and the intention to promote everyone involved, excluding myself. Then there's Click, Colin, and YouTube link. Undertale Spider Song, Spider Dance. Whoa, look at that beautiful timing. It's just beautiful. You just know that this is where Destiny was going. Destiny's a video game that I don't want to play. Okay, shouts out at Radio Dead Air. Well, that's how I move. Okay, that's my bodyguard. It's Chibi Guard. Hey there, everyone. This is Raocow, and you're watching Radio Dead Air. So what? Did I say that and I forget? Or did you assemble that? Let's see here. I did this completely without permission or promote the exam. These four amazing people on the hill. Like, I don't remember saying that, although it's very possible that I might have. Or did you, like, sound manipulate that into existing? Because if that's the case, I'm kind of super impressed. But maybe it's not. But I don't know. But thanks for share. Yeah, I look forward to seeing that. Rue hasn't made anything in a long while. And I'm not saying that because I'm like, Rue, you're a big lazy. But no, I mean, he has his real life, and I know it's normal that people peak out in a community and, you know, drift away at some point. It's normal. It happens. Whatevs. No, not angry about that or anything. But yeah, I'm kind of hasn't done anything in a while. That he hasn't. What's the rest of this drawings gonna look like? I don't know. We'll know in like a month, maybe. I don't know. Slowcow. This was a Patreon. Yeah, today I think went super good. Join me next time in a little bit when the fun comes out. Don't be afraid to leave your questions and whatnot. Just be aware that. Just make sure the questions aren't too timely, I guess, because yeah. See y'all somewhere.